Hi, and welcome to SimpleSpiritualityPH. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Regine. I am an intuitive, manifesting-based tarot reader. I am a certified Reiki healer and an overall lightworker. But before we dive into today's video, I would like to invite everyone who would like to receive notifications of my new videos to please hit the subscribe button, I think, over there. If you like this video later on, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, you want to say hey, please do comment them down below. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me online for now, of course, here are the details. Now, every Tuesday on my Instagram at SimpleSpiritualityPH, I am giving away free health Reiki. Every Wednesday, my one question, one card reading is 50% off. So every Tuesday, free health Reiki. Every Wednesday, my one question, one card reading is 50% off. All right, and I have a donation button down below. Oh, if you would like to donate, that is the only means by which you can do so. And I think this card is for me, so I'll read this later on for myself. But it looks great. Okay. Very good message for me. So anyways, yes. Let's start with the video. Now, today's reading is all about Mingyu of 17, and we did a video for him, I think, but I think it was Mingyu's boyfriend style. So that was very specific, right? So now we're going to do just a reading about Mingyu. The person who requested this didn't specify, I think, which type of reading it would be for Mingyu. So we're going to see into his current energies. Usually we do current energies, right? But I'm thinking maybe we get two first. So here's one. And here is two. We get two first, and then as we go along, we'll see if we need to pull another card for Mingyu. And yes, I am showing off my beautiful nails. It is nighttime, that's why the quality is a little low. You have to just roll with it. So anyways, there. So we pulled out two cards for Mingyu. This is going to be current energies, all right? And then this is going to be kind of like what the message is for Mingyu right now, all right? All right, current energies for Mingyu. Right now, it seems like, by the way, these cards, this is from the Prism Tarot. I do have an unboxing of this. I will probably leave it linked up there, maybe, I think, yeah. But these cards don't have like the typical, like it says 8 of Wands or 10 of Wands, stuff like that. So I'm not quite sure what card this is, but I won't really rely on that. I'll rely on the actual message of the card instead, right? So we got this card for Mingyu for his current energies. What I am seeing right now is that Mingyu is stepping into a place, or rather a phase of self-reflection. Probably there is a time for him that's allowing him to kind of like rest, give a little rest from being an idol. I'm actually not sure. Did he already enter the military? Prior to this reading, I did not read into any sort of news about Mingyu, all right? So I don't know anything about Mingyu right now, what's happening to him, if he did enter the military or not, or if he's already done, I'm not quite sure. But yes, so it seems like he is getting into a phase where he can really self-reflect. It seems like there's a lot, like in the past there used to be a lot going on, right? Like a lot of stuff going on for him. But now it seems like he's in a position where he can actually self-reflect. And it seems like he's enjoying it. It seems like he's enjoying it. His creativity is coming out, which is good. It means good for all 17 fans, because when your idol's creativity comes out, that means more songs, that means more creativity. That means a beautiful, a beautiful spark of ideas from your idol. So we want that. We want our idols to be calm and good and self-reflective and well rested, so that they can create more songs that we can enjoy, right? So that is the current phase of Mingyu right now. He's resting in a sense that he's taking time to self-reflect. He's allowing his creativity to really blossom, and he's really just being himself, you know? We say it again and again, change is the only constant in this world, and we want to see that change, you know? We like that there is change that is going on. We don't want to stay the same person as we were, like even just a couple of days ago. We like positive change, and it looks like Mingyu is going through this, you know? Positive change. A lot of time and space for him to truly be himself and to truly like release his potential. It seems like there's a lot of potential around him as well. I don't know if other brands, because I think L'Occitane, right? I think L'Occitane approached him. If I'm not mistaken, please don't clock me. Like I said, I didn't read anything about Mingyu prior to this. I think L'Occitane approached him, right? If I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken, but yes. But it looks like there are a lot of brands that are approaching him and are wanting to collaborate, wanting to work with him. That's what I'm seeing right now. But it also seems like he wants to be in charge of this, meaning he wants to be the person who chooses which collaborations he wants to do. He wants more control of who he works with and what kinds of projects he takes on. So there's a lot of independence that's going on here and a lot of freedom that he wants to experience for himself. So that's great. That's great energy for Mingyu at the moment. Now, what is the message of the universe for Mingyu? Let's see. Oh, beautiful. So the universe wants Mingyu to keep steadfast on his journey. There are some times when people attempt to be independent, they attempt to be who they are, but then when they are faced with criticism, or probably when they're faced with backlash, or they find difficulty in what they want to do, they stop, right? They are disempowered. If they come across any failures, all of a sudden they just want to stop, you know, they think it's not for them. But the universe wants to tell Mingyu to keep going. He has the capacity to realize his full self. He has the capacity to be the person he wants to be. He has the capacity for a lot of amazing things. And he shouldn't stop just because he experiences backlash, or he shouldn't stop just because he experiences criticism per se. You know what I mean? In this next phase of Mingyu's life, it seems like there are a lot of things which he has to fight for in terms of what he wants, the projects that he wants, right? That he wants to undergo. Maybe his music as well. Who knows? He might be releasing a single. We never know, right? We never know. But he has to fight for that. It's a time for Mingyu to be convicted with who he is as a person, who he is as Mingyu, outside of being an idol and within being an idol. All right, so that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm getting actually from these two cards, is that he has a lot of projects, but he also wants to kind of be in complete control of what kinds of projects they are, what kinds of brands they are, moving forward, what products he wants to advertise, if there are any, right? But he also has to fight for it. It feels like there is a time wherein he'll need to fight for things, you know? And again, I don't know if he's in the military, so I don't know if he's really thinking about these things, you know, if these things are at the top of his mind, you know? But the good thing about it is he's also in a phase where he's actually resting. He's in a phase where he's realizing who he is as Mingyu, who he is as an idol, who he is as Mingyu as himself, you know? And when you know who you are, when you know where you're going, when you know what you want to do in life, when you know what your goals are, what achievements you want to have, everything becomes clearer. The universe loves it when we're clear, right? Everything as clear as possible. The universe loves that, you know? And that's the one thing we can take from Mingyu. One tip we can take from Mingyu is to be clear, have much clarity about the things we want, right? So in the next phase of Mingyu's life, it seems like he has to make a decision that is really for his benefit. I think these two cards want to be read as well. The advice for him is to really make a decision that will benefit him per se, that will keep him grounded, you know. A lot of artists take projects just because it's cool, just because, you know, it makes a lot of money. But for Mingyu, I wish I could tell him that, you know, to take on projects that will really make him feel grounded. What does this mean? Really make him feel like it's worth his time, really make him feel like it's worth his effort, you know? So he has to make that decision for himself. Now, let's see. In terms of 17, actually, I feel like this card is for 17. So in terms of 17, I feel like there's a lot of emotion going on for the whole group, actually, right now. Again, I didn't read into anything, not quite sure what's going on, but there seems to be a lot of emotions going through, like, it's an emotional time for the group. Maybe it's because they have already started to enlist in the military and it's going to take them a long time. Oh, okay. It's clearer now. I'm sensing a little bit of fear. Just a little bit of fear, and like fear of the unknown, mostly. Like they don't know when they're going to be like fully together again, and they don't know if after the military it's all going to be the same. Those are valid fears. You know? It's very difficult to say if you're going to be the same group after all of you have been away for so long, right? Because again, the only thing that's constant is change. And with everything that goes on in their lives, everyone is subject to change, right? I mean, we see this in a lot of the groups that go through military service, right? A lot of them need to sacrifice their time. A lot of them sacrifice so much, actually, and they can't guarantee that it's going to be all the same. So it's a valid time for them. It's really a time of uncertainty for 17. I'm not trying to scare anyone, right? Or I'm not trying to scare any carrot, but for them, it's really, for 17 particularly, it is a time of uncertainty. Not because they're, you know, there's no fear that they'll break up or anything like that, but more of like, what's going to happen after we all get together after military service? Are we all going to still be the same? Are we going to sound the same? Are we going to move the same? Probably, are we going to get better, you know? So all very valid. And it also supports the first card that Mingyu is in a phase of self-reflection, because maybe after military service, maybe he's wondering, can I still be the same Mingyu for 17 after I'm done with my military service? Can we still be the same group after I'm done with my military service? After everyone is done with their military service, like, are we still going to be the same 17 that we love and that our fans love, that our carrots love, right? Those are valid. Those are valid thoughts. Pretty interesting. Now, last card for Mingyu. It seems like he is also in a phase where he's ready to really step into his own. Again, we're talking about individuality here. We're talking about who Mingyu is as a person, as for himself, who Mingyu is within 17, and who Mingyu is as a solo artist. You know, as a person who collaborates with brands, as a person who collaborates with other people, maybe other singers as well. There's a lot to think about. If you have time, when you have the time to self-reflect, you start to think about all these things. Who am I in all of these contexts, right? Who am I in all of these contexts? But one thing's for sure, I can see that Mingyu is very self-secure. He is secure about himself, right? He is secure about himself. And that's all that matters, really. At the end of the day, if you're good with yourself, then everything's going to be good, right? There's nothing to worry about whatsoever. Let's take a look at his career. Okay, right now, his career seems like it's taking a break, not negatively, right? When we say taking a break, we mean taking a much-deserved rest. we mean recharging so that they can be ready for the next thing in line for them, right? We want this, and this is actually a good thing to be at. This is a good place to be at. In fact, to everyone seeing this today, have you rested from work today? Have you? Like, just ask yourself. Have you had a breather from work today? If not, take this as your sign to take a break from work right now. Even just 5 minutes, right? Because you want that for you to be refreshed. You want to be able to actually do your work instead of being so tired all the time, instead of being burnt out and losing ideas, you know? Especially if you're in the work of a creative field like Mingyu is, right? He needs that break, and you need that break too. So right now is a time for him to be on a little break, like just a breather, you know, for him to be able to come up with better songs, better content, more of it as well. Not that his content and his songs and their songs aren't good, you know, but you also need to look at how can I best myself? Like, how can I be better than my old self, right? So that is a time for that right now. And definitely, he's balancing a lot of money. Like I said, I feel like there are a lot of brands wanting to collaborate with him and offering him money. Good place to be in Mingyu. Let's look a quick look at love life. Oh, very interesting. It seems like there are a lot of prospects for Mingyu in terms of love life. I mean, if I were Mingyu, I think I'd have choices as well, right? I mean, have you seen him? He's completely handsome and completely talented. So, it seems like there are a lot of choices for Mingyu at the moment in terms of love life. But he's not really in a position where he wants to settle first, you know? And that's okay. When people are not wanting to commit, that's all right. Right? As long as you're not hurting anyone. And I don't think that he's hurting anyone either. It's just that the situation is basically there are a lot of women falling head over heels for him. And because of that, he has a lot of choices. He can choose to date this person and this person and that person and that person and that person, right? Because they are actively throwing themselves at him. And he is here just, you know, like sitting pretty in a good way again, because it doesn't seem like he's hurting anyone. It seems like he's very grounded with this. The reason why he doesn't pick anyone specifically just yet is because it's not really his priority. It doesn't seem like it's his priority, and he's very grounded. He has other things that he wants to do first before he gets into the seriousness of dating seriously, and the seriousness of dating seriously. So yeah, lots of prospects for Mingyu, like a lot. I can't stress that enough. A lot of prospects, and they're the ones approaching him, right? They're the ones throwing themselves at him. He's not the one pursuing them. They are pursuing him. But he's very grounded in this, and he's in a position where he's just like, okay, I have all of these prospects, I have all of these choices, but at the same time, I choose me. So I will choose me first before I get into this romantic side of me. Very good decision for him, because he wants, I'm not saying that it's a bad decision, right? And I'm not saying that it is the correct decision. I'm saying that where he is right now is actually supportive of that. He wants to focus on himself. Therefore, his focus should be himself, right? And not really so much about other people, right? So that's it. I hope you liked this video. It was very quick. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, you want to say hey, please do comment them down below. If you would like to receive notifications on my new videos, please hit the subscribe button over there. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me online for now, of course, here are the details. Alrighty, and I will see you guys next time. Ciao for now, guys. And again, so pretty, the nails.